Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TFN World Championships. We are now 2 games into our series between Twister and Seb, and so far they have gone 1-1 each with 2 Soviet victories. We are now going to be heading into a third game. It's Tommy and Sarge going to be bringing you the action from this third game on Kolodny Winter. Are you with me today, Sarge?
Tommy, my good friend, I am with you.
Good stuff. We are going to be heading into a game where I'm not sure who had the VP lead. I think Twister may have had the VP lead in this one because he has opted to go for the Soviets. So he is going to be, he is going to be trying to put in a repeat performance while Seb is going to be doing his best to stop him. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Are you ready to go, Sarge?
Pause to 5 seconds, mate. I was planning on following Twister. Who do you want to follow?
Okay, I will follow Seb. Okay, so at the 5 second mark, let's be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
And yeah, I think Seb has got his work cut out for him here. Neither of these players has really enjoyed playing Axis on this map, but it has to be said that Twister didn't make the better go of it.
Yeah, he certainly lasted out a lot longer, and he lasted all the way to the Tiger, so he didn't put in a bad performance per se, but the Russian play both times has been very, very good. With very good flanking, very good use of Molotovs, and lots of weapon stealing. So a really good performance by them. And already I'm interested to see Seb is changing up his strategy and opening with an MG.
Interesting choice. Twister's keeping it pretty traditional right now. Yeah, just conscripts,
Just
conscripts,
conscripts, yep.
conscripts.
Well, you can't blame the Soviet players for going straight into conscripts. To be honest, it is the de facto start, and you can build them straight out of your tier 0 building, straight out of your HQ. So why wouldn't you want them?
And I'm really interested to see, as the tourney progresses, whether we see a bit of a doctrine variety with the Soviet force. Guard rifle combined arms tactics just seems to be overwhelmingly the favourite, with conscript support tactics a close second.
Yeah, there's anything that involves hit the dirt and guards tends to go down a real storm. Particularly hit the dirt, getting a lot of usage out this tournament. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Maybe it'll be a change from the Axis players. Will force players to move away from that because I can see already we've got a very interesting opening from Seb. Not 1 MG, but 2 MG opening.
Interesting, and that's actually kind of effective to contain these rampaging conscripts, especially when you think of like the instant I-flank button, otherwise known as URA. Having a second MG backstopping can really help that.
Yeah, exactly. And you can on a map like this, there are a lot of buildings. There is a potential for something like a base pin kind of move. So there is a lot of fun stuff you can do with MGs. I mean, Seb knows better than anyone that there is, MGs are incredibly versatile, and at the end of the day, the general thinking goes, the general theory is, if an S-tier player had the ability to see through the fog of war, he would never lose, because the MG42 is so powerful, you could always be waiting for your opponent.
Yep, so it all comes down to that lovely psychological game of MG placement. Now here we see URA as the conscripts try and flank the MG, and yeah,
cut down at close range.
Yeah, that's gonna be really painful now. And the Pioneers come in to mop up. They're pinned now. That's a bad day out.
It was the right idea, but unfortunately the execution wasn't quite there. They just stalled a little bit around that tree. They got a little bit hung up, and now they're going to pay the price for it.
And really nice placement on Seb's second MG, ready to stop the potential flank. Here it comes now. And bang, they walk straight into the MG.
He was ready and waiting for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, any part of that, they're straight out.
He's got a pretty good thing going here. I mean, he's got his flank covered on the top MG, and he's got the fuel covered, and he's got the central munitions. So, as a German opening so far, I'm very impressed.
It'll be really interesting to see how Twister responds tech-wise. Is he going to get the mollies out? Is he going to get the scout cars out? I'm sure we're about to find out.
So we've got 2 Gren follow-up to those 2 MGs. So it's it's MG, MG, Gren, Gren. He has the option to build another tier 1 unit, but so far nothing yet. He does have a Pioneer, just chilling out in the top, capping a VP. But actually, oh no, one of the MGs is going to get caught out of position here. It's going to get flanked down in the south.
Yeah, it's a good flank by Twister there, and that MG. Tricky position. Well, now the conscripts took the house, though. Not really understanding why. They were probably better off going mobile and trying to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, he's kept himself at arm's length now. So that's going to allow Seb's MG to move back and relocate, which it's doing now. It's setting up, pointing at that building, although I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of damage to that conscript in the shack.
Yeah, but there's no flanking units immediately available, so you know, I think the MG's probably okay there for a little bit. Take a little look. So Twister's almost finished his T1 building. And
up here in the north, big force moving in now, and a quick flamer from Seb, so he knows what he wants. His first munitions has gone into getting himself that flamer, and he's going to be putting in the hurt now on these conscripts. Have we got Molotovs yet?
No Molotovs upgraded yet.
Seb's MG going back to his nice little safe position there, guarding the flank, but now the conscripts grab the church. So you're going to be able to scout out that MG and find a way around to go and flank him.
Well, the clan car's on the field, the flamers are jumping in, so I think we know what's coming next.
Yes, we do. Just a matter of seconds now before those guys hit the field, and they will bring the pain in a big, big way. We didn't see a 5th tier 1 unit. Instead, we saw another Pioneer, and tier 1 has been teched. So we will probably see the tier 2 building going up anytime now, and there it goes. It's beginning to be built right now. They're in the base.
Where's the defense on these MGs? You know, where's the backstopping Grenadier unit?
There is none, unfortunately. The Grenadiers are all up in the north. This one MG is all on his own, separated from the rest of his forces.
Sorry about interrupting, just turn on the player list names, Tommy.
Oh, okay. Scout car is found himself a lone MG. He's going to chase those guys back to base. And there's a conscript coming in as well. This is pretty dicey here. Those guys taking a lot of damage all the way back into the base, but luckily they do survive.
And getting that decap up at the front is going to be a little bit inconvenient, but not show-stopping, as the other cut-off point is still in Russian hands. Axis hands.
Here comes the scout car flamer now. It's flamer versus flamer. Is that a grenadier? No. Is that a grenadier with a flamer? That is a grenadier with a flamer. Right around the church. It's they must have picked up a flamer from the Pioneers, who died actually. Oh no! And the Grenadiers died as well. Oh boy, this is not looking good now.
Yep. Seb has got his work cut out for him. After that very promising start, the scout car really has enabled the Russian forces to push back onto the field.
Seb does have a counter out. He does have that scout car, and he is upgrading the upgun, which is the classic counter. It will take down a scout car in just a matter of seconds, but is it too little too late? Has he already lost too much for it to make a difference?
Nice Faust goes in, damaging the engine of the scout of the M3, meaning that the scout car will be able to catch it pretty easily as long as it can find it in the damn blizzard.
He's going to try and find it. He does find it. There we go.
Good support there though. The M3 goes down. No big surprise there.
Is that? I think that's Twisted trying to chuck an 18-8 on that armoured car there.
Yeah. Did not seem to have the desired effect. And Axis sniper team out as well.
Interesting, Soviet sniper team quite early on as well. I wonder if that's a reaction to seeing so many MGs. He just thought, you know, I'll get a sniper because they're good at decrewing stuff.
Yep, and also he's worrying about 3-man squads. But Seb has been pushed right back. Twister and John, pretty good map control right now.
Got some Panzer Grenadiers heading onto the field now with another squad cooking, but Seb is just after a few minutes, he's down to just 2 sectors and his base sector. It's a very, very dicey position. I mean, COH is made for comebacks, but from this kind of position, a player like Twister is going to keep that pressure on.
Yeah, and it's really interesting the unit composition that Twister's got as well. It's just 4 conscripts, an engineer and a sniper.
You can do a lot with those conscripts, they can do a lot of damage.
And he's upgraded the base infirmary, and he's just laying down T4.
T4, wow, that's quick.
Lying, sorry, it was T3.
Okay, T3. Probably sensible, you know, T34 will probably put on enough pressure that Seb is just not going to be able to counter it. In fact, if he might be able to finish off this armoured car here. And he does finish it off, doesn't even have to use an AT nade. He takes out the armoured car. That was the single vehicle that Seb had, and it's now gone.
And, you know, in spite of good little local actions where Seb is kind of holding his own to an extent, it's just not making any impact on the map right now.
The German players are just having a very, very tough time of it on Kolodny Winter today in these tournament games.
And Seb's going to need to get the AT rolling soon. The moment that the T-34 hits the field, that's going to be bad news bears.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any AT right now. He just can't afford to build any AT because it would just mean he doesn't have the anti-infantry that he needs to get back onto the field and secure a bit of territory. However, he has secured the fuel for himself once again, so he is breaking back just a little bit.
Grenadier squad being chased down there should be okay.
The blizzard is gone, and we can now see the bodies of the conscripts littering the battlefield, as well as all the carcasses of the many, many vehicles that have died.
Hit the dirt used in the north, point blank shoot out with some grenadiers, but didn't really do that much.
No, the Panzer Grenadiers actually won that time, which is rare.
And that T-34 can be ordered up pretty soon.
There is a pack building now, though, so there is going to be some AT, but it has only just started building.
T-34 still hasn't been ordered yet, and he definitely could do it right now. But Seb has managed to edge his way back onto the map quite healthily, considering how bad the situation was looking, say, 3 minutes ago. He's established a nice little perimeter.
Yeah, he is looking okay now, and he's got a nice MG position down by this VP, a nice little surprise MG. No nearby flanking units, although there is actually one unit as Ura down from the north. This could be very painful.
Yeah, this has got to be a Molotov or something, I'm sure. And yeah,
he just needed to threaten with the Molotov, and they're gone.
No sense in hanging around and parts you can't win.
Indeed, that's the cardinal rule of COH.
So that T-34 is about half built now, and pack's out as well. So as long as Seb has pack placement okay, that should work alright.
He does have that one pack, but still against a single T-34, a single pack just probably isn't going to cut it really. That T-34 can be in so many more places than the pack can cover at once.
Hit the dirt again, deployed in the middle, but the backstopping supposed
Oh,
to be
nice bundle, nice
nade.
bundle.
But bad casualties there on the Grenadier squad. Here comes the half track.
Interesting, he could have upgraded to flamers, but it would have meant no grenade.
Yeah. And it looks like a damaged gun on that half track as well.
Yep, the front gunner is gone, and here comes the T-34 now. The pack is a long way away, all the way back at the building there. This half track is probably going to go down.
Yeah, and that's kind of a shame. We didn't really get to
there
make
it goes,
any
and the Pioneer goes down at the same time, just to add insult to injury, why not?
And yeah, Seb's actually, from having looked not too bad a second ago, situation's kind of swung back again. He's got VP stacked against him, and his territory's starting to get reduced as well. He needs to concentrate his forces for a consolidated push.
Oh no, the pad gets decrewed as well. He's down to just 3 units now. A single PG, a single Gren, and a single MG. That is all that he has left against an extremely diversified force from Twister of this T-34 and the Sniper and all these hit-the-dirt conscripts with PPSHs. It's a fearsome force to tackle, and I wouldn't want to be in Seb's position right now.
No, it's a big old hilly that he needs to climb. Just having a quick look through unit kills there. And the Sniper's doing pretty well, 11 kills. Pretty effective.
Not bad, 11 kills, especially when you consider they're mostly PGs and Grens and MG crews. I mean, they're all expensive to reinforce. I don't even know what Seb's doing now. He's sort of chilling out in the base, thinking of something to do. There is very little he can do, though, at this point.
Yeah, it's a hard position to push out from. I'm disappointed that that MG in the middle hasn't been recruited there. 5-man conscript squad next to it.
He's just waiting with hit the dirt there, just waiting in the green cover. Here he comes.
And I suppose the snipers can put in work from the back there. Nice
Yep,
cover being provided
chill
by
out
the
at long
2nd
range.
conscript squad.
And those PGs and Grenadiers are sent packing before they can even do anything. The MG's going to set up here in the building, but there's a Molotov. Seb is getting no breaks today. There's just nothing he can do. Here comes the T-34 as well. MG's going to get out, but that's the end of the game. Seb's had enough. He throws in the towel after a 15-minute game. So that means that the 3rd game in this series goes to Twister. Twister advances 2-1 in a series that saw 3 solid Soviet victories. What do you think, Sarge?
I think it's an interesting trend. I'm going to be really interested to see how the austere play progresses from here. I actually kind of think the Soviet victories are kind of naturalized because, you know, it's a brand new game. Everyone wants to play the new faction. The Axis faction has so much similarity to stuff we've seen before, units we've seen before. So I think that means that people just probably have more experience playing Russians because that's what everyone wants to learn because it's new. Okay, or maybe they're completely broken. Who knows?
Well, it's got to be one of the two. We won't know, to be honest. As you said, I think it was, yesterday evening. We got to have a couple of thousand games before we really get a feel for, the general trends. It's still very much early days yet, but I'm sure we're still going to be having a lot more action tonight. We are now going to take a quick break while we switch over to our next series for the night. We're going to be looking at the quarterfinals games between Symbiosis and Barton. We are really getting into the nitty-gritty now. We are narrowing down from 8 players to 4. 4 players will advance to tomorrow to play in the semis and the finals to battle it out for the chance to win that $1,000 cash prize for that top prize. So don't go anywhere, guys. We've got quarterfinals games coming right up on Moscow Outskirts.